Oh, I'm supposed to post the link on the Discord. That's that. Oh, I'm supposed to post the link on the Discord. Hello, I'm RJC. That. Welcome to Stay at Hompendium. Oh, I'm supposed to today finally, after much ado, RJC. Welcome to Stay at Hompendium. Hey, Shaveri. Oh, I'm supposed to today finally. I hope you're enjoying that nice little menu soundtrack there. Hey, Shaveri. We finally got it to work. I hope you're enjoying that nice little menu soundtrack. An appropriate title in multiple ways. Kept you waiting, huh? Stream. Nice little menu soundtrack. An appropriate title in multiple ways. Kept you waiting, huh? Stream. But yeah, we finally figured out what was wrong with the. This time is all right. So far so good. Yeah, we finally figured out what was wrong with the. I'll hopefully be able to hear it all right. So far so good. Yeah, I know you. We've kept you for a week. Sorry, so far so late. Everything, but we've kept you. We are kept you for a week. Sorry, everything look good, but feel good, sound good. Kept you. We are kept you for a week. Sorry, everything look good, but feel good, sound good. We're gonna. We are. I'm going to start off on the everything. There's two ways, and I'm going to start off on the echo. Two ways. Oh, this is a little bit of echo. He's the volume. Start off on the echo. Oh, this is a little. Hear me screaming. Oh, shoot. I forgot to turn that off. I always forget one thing.
We had classified intelligence
that
a new
time
type
I
of
forgot
metal
to
gear
turn
was
off
scheduled
the
for
stream
transport.
on
The
my
whole thing
end,
stank,
which is
but our
silly.
noses have been out in the cold too long.
So in respect of, I'm gonna do another. It just got better. Good. I'm gonna do kind of similar to my Metal Gear run, where I'm gonna do cutscenes and kind of try to get through as fast as I can. But there's one thing I want to point out about this cutscene, other than it's just really cool. There's some controversy. So, like, where are we after Metal Gear Solid 1? Snake and Otacon are, part of Philanthropy, non-profit NGO, dedicated to ending the threat of Metal Gear through, just whatever political activism they can. Now part of that is controversy, though, comes from the ending of Metal Gear Solid 1. It's people are like, well, what ending is the right ending? Like, of course, the Meryl ending has more work. The Otacon ending has. Good morning, Yummy. You better hurry up. But it's Ocelot sell optic disc on the black market. That's right. We'll skip it. It's fine.
This is Snake.
Anyway, the point is, people don't know what the right ending is at this point because Snake has the stealth camo, which is the reward for the
let's look at
Otacon
your gear.
ending in the first game. But the Meryl ending feels righter. So we jumped on this tanker. It's
We need to get a...
really... It's like a hidden marine base tanker. Where like on the outside there's just like a bunch of civilians. Ooh. Slick that guy. But on the inside there's a bunch of marines. But when we land on the ship, another crew takes it over. It's a bunch of Russian soldiers. We don't know who they are or what their deal is. I think like a couple things in this room. Is there a... No. What am I thinking of? I don't know. There are these posters on the wall, which we're gonna do something actually kind of silly.
Good.
New mechanic in this one. You got your tranquilizer gun, which you brought because you thought you were just facing Marines, but it turns out you're looking at these weirdo terrorists here. Yeah, I think Metal Gear Solid 2 is a unique game for sure, because I feel like it's also an improvement on this, on 1 in like almost every way, where like the gameplay is like so much tighter and more
Freeze.
like advanced. There's so much more things you can do with it. For instance, you just saw me hold up that guard. That's like a whole mechanic in this game where you can hold up every guard in the game and try to get their dog tags off of them. I think you can just like run through this camera, but hey, Gecko Impressive, thanks for subscribing, buddy. Do I still have that? Okay, cool. I don't know if I like had to subscribe to myself or what's going on. Oh. Now that camera moves around, but
Freeze.
this camera's silly. I want to look at it real quick. So you'll notice in its pathway, and you'll even see on the radar, for some reason it turns and looks at it just right at the wall where like nothing is. It's kind of silly, but we'll be able to use that to our advantage for sure. Run over here. Get the legendary box. And it also spawns a new garden there. Ooh, we're gonna have to wait for it. Anyway, man, I love this game. So he comes in here, sneaks into the food pantry. Take a look at what he's doing. He's, you know, just looks around, sees that the coast is clear, no one else is in here. He doesn't know I'm in here because I'm real sneaky. And he's yawning. Just one more look around. Falls right asleep.
Freeze.
Now, if that's not lazy, I don't know what is. The idea of falling asleep standing up is crazy to me. The very idea of it. So Otacon's gonna call us about this.
Snake, wait! Don't move!
I see it. Some kind of device on both sides of the hall.
Someone's thinking about this too.
Right, and they're linked to...
Let me guess.
Semtex.
Semtex.
Exactly. Plastic explosives. If you trip the sensors...
So if we walk through here, it's gonna blow up. But here's a little trick added for this game. One of the little bits of technological marvel. You shoot the fire extinguisher, a bunch of smoke flies everywhere. You can see the lasers, you can safely crawl under it. There's lots. We're gonna have to like showcase some of this. I'm even like skipping a lot of it, so we're gonna fix that issue in just a moment.
Snake.
Get on the bridge. They've been messing with the controls. Let's see. You get the USP first for that. So we're gonna have a general rule of skipping cutscenes, but I do like this one.
Has landed. I'm on my way to the tanker holds. Report your status.
Control room, communications and engine room are under control. All entry and exit points to the tanker hold secured. Infrared sensors placed and operational.
Good work. Are the explosives in place?
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot.
He's the only one
The
who
word
underwent the
scuttle.
VR training. No one
This game is
else
so
can do
advanced
it.
for 2001
Are you sure
game.
you
Yeah,
can trust him?
I'm gonna take him to the mini bar and show him some of that
Mission is
stuff too.
complete. You are to leave at once.
No, it's not over yet.
I can see
But
the
we're gonna
moon,
take care of
even in
Olga
this
real quick
storm,
first.
pale as death. I have a bad feeling about this mission. You swore this to me, that you would leave the unit once the mission was complete. Do not worry, this
Hey,
is a
Shockwave.
country of liberty.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no
I
choice to
love
make
Olga.
here, Olga.
Definitely an underrated
Need I
character.
remind you that you
I
are
think
carrying my
two characters
grandchild?
that are totally unrelated.
You will be on the helicopter out of here now.
Olga and Fortune from this game. You never hear about either of those girls. Well, Olga sort of, you know, with Sunny, but you never hear about Fortune again. And I think those are two great characters.
Freeze!
I never
Hands
noticed
over your
a scar
head.
on her
Now.
face. It's a very little scar, but it's
Toss
there.
your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
You're just under her left eye.
We are nomads, wanderers.
I said don't move.
Americans. So you shoot women too.
I'm a nomad too. What else do you have there? Take the knife and toss it. Not there. Toss it overboard. Hold that position. Now, turn around.
You know what you're doing.
Really added detail. Yeah, rain stopped. That's nice.
It stopped raining.
She's a scar. Oh, the scar goes all the way
Not too
across her
shabby,
face.
is
Wow,
it?
I've never
New York,
noticed
I
that.
mean.
Whoa. The Matrix was really cool, and 17 years
And that
old.
brings
it's
our
as old as
tour
Shockwave.
to its
That's right.
conclusion.
That's what.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think you deserve a little credit. No one's ever dodged that shot of mine. But no one gets lucky twice either.
We're all discovering game audio is a bit loud. I'll turn. Oh, you know what? Because I was messing with it when we were. So it's a little bit up from when we were doing it. Thanks for the tip there, Gecko. I have volume max, so at least comparatively to you. Well, I have the input for the microphone max, so I'll just turn the output down a little. Let me know how things sound now. So this is our first boss fight in 2. There are a couple things. I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents. The unit is my life, my family. Oh, I forgot that line. Oh, I should have let that actually play out. Never mind. Sounds better. Good. So Olga here is really good at shooting at you, but very bad at tracking you. So she knows we're right there. Whoever you are, you're not stopping us. I played this game a whole lot, Shockwave. I've much of it memorized. Okay, so this is actually a bad position to shoot her from. Okay, so she doesn't know where we are now. Because, oh, she saw me though. Get a little shot at her. RJC is like the modern day version of people who would memorize books in the 1600s. I don't know about that. It's funny, I have a bad memory for things in real life, but for like video games and movies and stuff, I have a real good memory. Which is unfortunate, because Gecko has the opposite. So he's always like, yeah, we did that 2 weeks ago. Whenever I'm like, oh, let's do this cool thing, and then, or he is even better where it's like, so I've memorized Danganronpa, but just get a shot at her while I'm there. But when it's time to watch a movie, he forgets the whole thing, and I experience it through the lens of someone who knows everything. I think Solidus is a good villain. He's a bad person for all the child soldiers, but he had legitimate reasons. Yeah, man, I am messing up. I think that's definitely a good, like... Where's she shooting at? Over there? She thinks I'm over there? But I didn't even hit her. Okay, I'm doing a real bad job on this one right now. But she's really good at taking cover and covering herself with cover fire in one spot. But there's usually... Oh! So she shot... blanket thing. But we can shoot that too. And now that cover's totally useless because you can see right through it. Let's see if we try and line up a good headshot. Oh. Did I even hit her? I don't know. I think when you listen to Solidus's like final speech thing, really the only thing bad that he really did was the child soldiers bit, which is a big thing to get wrong. In I think in terms of just like being a person, but he did he did have his reasons that were pretty legitimate. Olga has this big dramatic fall. Now, a little fun fact about this scene is because she runs all over her little area. Depending on where you actually not kill her but knock her out, but depending on where you actually knock her out in the boss fight, the placement of this cutscene changes. So there's one where, so that was her on the my Snake's left side. There's one where she's on the right, and there's one where she's in the back. Which I think is a pretty cool detail. It's always weird in video games when they like just like teleport to the designated cutscene spot. But this game's good. I think this one gets a bad rap for the write-in thing, but it's really good. So no, we're not worrying about dog tags. Usually when I play this game, I try to get all the dog tags, but in terms of a stream, that's a huge waste of time. But I will get the special ones. So we just got Olga Gurlukovich's dog tag. There's a real important item over here. Oh, I don't want to do that. This guy comes out and stop him. Real important item, the wet box. So that's sort of actually, I think, a nice little touch is having that guy come out when you come out on this side. Because we didn't explore it when I was in here the first time, but when you go in here the first time, that side is actually locked because the door is broken. But that guy fixed the door, so there you go. Something that just happened with this game. Just now, I got caught by this guard. But in this one, unlike in Metal Gear Solid 1 where you get seen, you're like immediately in alert mode, they have to react to you in this one. So they go, "What? Who's there?" And then they'll shoot you a little bit, run off, and call in for backup, and that's when you hit alert mode. And I think that's true for the rest of the series too. I believe. Oh, so another little bit of technology that they added in this game is shadows. So you can see Snake's shadow on the wall. The guard can see that shadow. I can see the guard shadow here. But if the guard sees that shadow, he'll go over and check it out. What's going on here? And then you can get in a lot of trouble for that. Let's see. Oh, there's nothing there. That was blocked off. Okay.
Freeze.
So there's a good bit of fun to have in this room. So we're gonna have that fun. First, here's the a little lounge area. You're looking at the commander's speech, where Metal Gear Ray is being stored. Let's see. This little bar area. Each of these is like individually modeled, and you can just like break all of them one by one. There's that lady, which is kind of creepy, but let's see. Are you supposed to punch over this ice or just shoot it over? So here are these ice cubes. Spilled all over the place now. You can, of course, bullets, very hot. You shoot them and they just melt away. I believe they melt away on their own as well, but very slowly. Oh, there's bits of glass on the floor and everything from the glasses we shot. There's like a lot of really cool things. How did he not even notice you walk by him? So the guards have like weird views in this game, where I think we have to go this way. Yeah, we do have to go this way. You didn't know thing. So guards have no peripheral vision. Like, do you see their vision cones on the thing?
Raven.
It's a little toy Raven, which is cool. I want a little Metal Gear toy, but I don't know where to get them. The only time I've ever seen them, they were too expensive.
Good.
Well, one, they were too expensive, and two, they had almost a whole set, which was really... I would have wanted the whole thing if I got even one. Whoa! That scared me to death when I was a little kid. So here's the one kill we're gonna get in the game, probably. Oh, never mind.
Freeze. Move.
Never mind. Sorry you missed a cool moment, everyone. Anyway, it's possible to knock that guy over the ledge, and he'll land on another guard. I think you might have to do it right away, which is where I messed up. But another little cool thing, hanging mode. You didn't know things were this advanced back then. The thing is, too, if you watch any of the like behind the scenes footage of the making of any of these games, Kojima's kind of a crazy person who like there were things where just like every day he'll just be like, I want there to be this one little detail that you could just do, and like it's not even like a big deal, you could just do it. And then like the programmers would be like pulling their hair out trying to make that work. And then the next day he's like, you know what, I want another little thing that you can add in. So it's mostly just because like Kojima's insane and just wants all these things in his game. Some things he cannot make work, unfortunately. We'll get into some of that. Sounds like how you'd be. I don't know.
Freeze.
We have a cool new thing for the Yummy stream.
Repair of the entranceway to the engine room on the port side is complete. We'll return to position following patrol of the small room on the port side.
Freeze.
So yeah, there's no peripheral vision. Can you tell me, Gecko? So here's this girl. Here's that guy. Take a nice little photo of him. Oh. You don't think I'd care? Okay. Fair enough.
Snake, there's another.
So, we got another set of these sensors. I crawled through it. I crawled underneath it last time. Look at all that sack of flour there for no reason. But, you shoot that, it's like, oh, there's no way to go through. Now, she does have Yukari's hair. You can shoot the sensors with the USP. Oh, I forgot to mention I picked up a USP. I took it from Olga. This is the gun she was firing at us. And that has enough stopping power to destroy the sensor, which, you know, means you can cross through it without blowing up the ship. Which is, I think, a useful thing. Nice little accumulated flour on the floor from where we shot it. Verrazano Bridge checkpoint passed.
All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes' time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
So what that means is down below the Marine Corps has, you know, a big meeting going on. There's a big important commander talking about, you know, Metal Gear. And they have no idea the ship's been taken over. Nice little touches. This guy's just listening to music. He was rocking out before we interrupted him. Okay, so we're being given a lot of ammo. Indicative of nothing to report. He's like so sleepy that he's just like trying to participate in the world without sleeping. You ever do that where it's just like you're trying to read something on your phone or something, but you're just like falling asleep while you're doing it? You still try to do it anyway. It's kind of ridiculous. Happens to you at school all the time. So now, we got into a scripted alert. Whoa, that was weird. Oh, I forgot to do that. So I'm pretty bad at this scene, as you can tell. I'm not very good at shooting. Getting into shootouts and stuff. I'm bleeding, but we got rations equipped. These guys come right up to you, but they're the last ones, I believe. So. That's that. Nice little firefight.
Okay, Snake.
We initiated development of Metal Gear
So,
Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
We have to sneak through this
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands,
thing
of Metal Gears that exist all over
before
the world are no longer
the
threat.
time left ticks down, which is the
Nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it
amount
will be the
of-
Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this.
which is the length of the speech. But we're not going to quite. The best way to do it is to hang off at the side.
Every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
We're not going to do the best way. We're going to do a different way. Where's that guy?
Metal Gear Force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives.
There's this guy in his underwear, probably being hazed.
Some say that
Or something, I don't know.
the importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact.
Now,
There is a lot of pressure from Navy
what we
pilots,
could do
especially those with submarine and
is you can hang off to the side from the top floor, and like scoot to the edge, which puts you on the catwalk, which is the best way.
The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen.
You can sneak through
Please bear that in mind.
and walk along that way towards the door, which is the worst way. Or
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal
you
Gear
go,
force
you
will
can't,
think
now you
twice
can't
about
walk
their nuclear
past
strategy
the
in the light of a
projector because there'll be a big
dominant
shadow.
strategy
Everyone will
by
turn
Ray.
around and be like, what is that? And it'll be like, there's this guy sneaking into our ship.
The shift in the balance
Or
of power will mean a
you can
new
do this
world order.
okay way,
We, the Marine Corps, will play a central
sneak
role in
under.
military affairs. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation.
So I'm underneath them all crawling around like a snake and they don't even know.
And players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter. It is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty.
Just leave that open, whatever.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, I like this part. There's a lot of things that are...
It can cruise deep underwater.
So now this hold has a weird thing where
Any shoreline.
there are two projectors and for no reason it switches between the two.
Its onboard joint tactical information
So we're going to take a look at a couple things.
identifies targets with unerring accuracy.
First,
Takes them out. With massive
oh,
firepower. It is the ultimate weapon. And it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means.
hey. There's a nice little Hideo Kojima right there.
This turned out to be
I'm going to run back in there. Oh, I got a trophy because I looked at a ghost. I forgot about that.
This new
Now
model
that scared the heck out of me the first time I found it.
after the great manta ray.
So these buttons control
Nature never gave the manta.
where this goes.
This latest Metal
So you can
Gear
kind of mess with the
will
Marines in
see
here a
and
little
land
bit.
as we never have before.
A ghost. A ghost of Hideo Kojima. You can just do that until eventually
In the aftermath of Shadow Moses. In the light of the military dominance
you get
spelled
this
out
little scene
by
where
Ray. The shift in
Oh.
the balance of power will mean a new world order.
they all want to look at the woman instead of
Marine Corps
the
will
commander.
play a central role in its military affairs. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background.
The real life people put you off.
Interference from
Yeah, it's weird. That is Hideo Kojima's wife, actually.
the enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Hours of
Now here's another video of his wife. And now they don't even know what to look at.
cannot be more difficult.
And now it's both serious. Oh!
Stop kidding around. Snake?
And then you get a big caught. You get a instant game over when you get caught during this part because
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious, unlike the Army.
yeah, that's too many people to fight off. That's ridiculous. Do I still have the ghost picture? Good.
Move in undetected and make
Oh.
its landing on any shoreline.
Messed that up real bad.
Its onboard joint tactical
Ooh.
information distribution system identifies targets
Okay,
with
cool.
unerring accuracy.
Almost got us another game
Takes them
over.
out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means. This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great manta ray. Our ray has a sting that nature
Right,
never
oh.
gave the manta.
Ah,
This latest mission
forget about it.
and land as we've never had before.
Dropped his thing, was looking right down where we almost just were. That's scary.
You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we?
So there are times where, as you're sneaking through, the commander will be like, hey, how about this random distraction? And he'll be like, everybody look over that way. Everybody look that way. Everybody look up. And when that happens, everyone looks in that direction, and if you're in that direction, you can get caught. But we're underneath the floor, so no one sees us. Here's another good example of thinking ahead. There are 3 different versions of this cutscene depending on which way you enter the room.
The current state of nuclear proliferation is a
If you go from the catwalk, you're up on the catwalk. Here you're underneath Ray. You know, just if you walk through the front door, if you decided to sneak through the door, you're right there. Now here he is, the man himself.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear 2. Or Metal Gear as well. This is the... I honestly don't even know how many models of Metal Gear. The prequel series made this super confusing, but that's okay.
Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background.
No.
I seem to be repeating myself. Chalk it up to old age. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first
never mind.
preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability.
Now, the reason we're in here,
NMD technology leaked to
the reason we're
others
sneaking around with a tranquilizer gun
likely. But if this theory is correct,
is
means that there was a calculated intent
that
to cash in on this opportunity.
you're supposed to get pictures of Ray to kind of show everyone. Oh, I forgot what the action button was. To show everyone in the world what is going on. But we're going to log into this first. So we can send the photos that we do have to Otacon. Otacon's trying to hack into the system here. It used to be a lot harder to send people pictures. Now you do it like nothing, but
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? The first one I'm seeing is... Ah, this is,
What?
Nothing. It's nothing. But this isn't a photo of Metal Gear anyway. Sorry, but you're gonna have to go back and shoot another set. I'll just make a backup of this one. The next one's... So, this explains a lot. Not that there's anything wrong with keeping it to yourself. I mean, you know, it's your life and everything. But you're going to have to take those Metal Gear photos now. The next image is... This is hilarious! This rules. But we can't use it. Get the shots we need. I'll just make a backup of this one.
you like that one a lot.
The next image is... I'm sorry. You need to take another one.
Oh, I messed it up. The bar was in
And
way
the next
too much.
one is... Ah, don't send me creepy stuff like this. What if I get possessed or something? Sorry, but this doesn't work. I hate to ask, but can you try again? The last one is... Didn't think Gerlukovich was involved, of all people. We need 4 images. One from...
Anyway, that's just a little bit fun.
We are here today to flush out and
So, we're gonna
rid our
actually do what we
country
came
of
here
corrupting
for.
forces.
Just take these pictures of Metal Gear Ray.
That is our mission. You will bear that in mind.
You need one from the front left, front right, the front, and a picture of the Marines logo, all plastered on the side of here.
Good.
To suit its own interests. Metal Gear Ray bears the burden of confronting this party, thwarting their plans and guiding this nation back to its original path.
Now, when Scott stops talking for a little bit,
We have intelligence that there are anti-Metal Gear terrorists planning to target the ship.
anti-Metal Gear terrorists planning to target this ship?
Intruder to the right!
Oh,
Intruder in the back! Intruder to the right!
oh,
Intruder in the back!
oh.
Should that actually happen, I expect you to be prepared.
Oh, he fooled you
Cannot and
nerds.
will not give up Ray. Stay on your
Good.
times.
So. Ooh,
Let's continue.
okay. That was scary for a second. But we have the pictures that we actually came here for. Send them to Otacon, and I'm sure nothing bad will happen after that.
Looks like I have...
This is just him saying, alright, those are good photos, now get out of there.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Awesome. So we're totally in trouble now.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the?
Gift
Metal
of
Gear
the
Ray versus
Silver
Unit
Tongue.
Zero.
They say it's the mark of a good officer
That would be cool.
and of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back.
There's a really weird edit right there where I think the line was too long for what the like the English line was too long for what the Japanese line was. So like it kind of cuts where like the second no is like cut in half. I don't know if anyone heard that. It's like, no, I'm taking it back.
Gerlukovich. Nobody move. Understood?
So yeah, another thing about this game is it gets a lot more directorially. Like the first game was cool, but like all the cutscenes are kind of just like, here's what's happening. Here's a cut to a different angle of what's happening. Here's what's happening. But you saw the frame that used to be your profile picture? Yeah, that happened.
To blow it out of the water at
But
the touch of this button.
this game really started like here it is like it filmed like a movie almost, where it's like here's all these great cuts and shots and stuff.
We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo. How's that possible?
Low.
You!
Patriots, what are they talking about?
I was never in your employ, Gerlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidas?
No more Phoenix, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Lukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Like, now nobody knows what to do with Ocelot. So I think that is like his first
Show's over.
betrayal
If you wish to live, I suggest you run now.
in the series. Get used to
This
that.
ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Wow, he's still yeah. Ocelot is really cool.
Don't let him get away! Ocelot!
Oh, okay. Have fun, Shockwave. Enjoy your meal. Oh, oh. What?
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Dive program. Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid! The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
I just love how insane that is. This would be so scary to have to experience. really like this scene where they're all shooting guns at it, because, like, of course it doesn't do anything to Ray, but, like, what, are you gonna do nothing instead? And then, of course, they get killed, but that's a different issue. I need to get more water.
Otacon, we have a problem.
Ray sometimes gets thirsty. Whatikins. 3 months in a row? I can't, well, one, I can't believe we've been doing this long. And two, I can't, you're the first person who's subscribed for 3 months in a row. I think, unless Gecko did. Gecko 2 months in a row. So yeah, how's it going, Whatikins? Good to see you. The first 3-monther. Thank you for showing up and being there and supporting it.
Snake! Snake!
He is in a pretty hopeless situation. Been so busy lately, but I always try to get on. Well, we appreciate it. So that, like, ray cannon where he, like, sucked up the water and, like, just, like, jetted it out. Split the tanker in half. That's crazy.
No problems. Proceeding as planned, sir.
Oh.
Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Oh. You get another Mr. President stinger from Ocelot there.
Snake!
We'll save. Why not? It's probably good form to save pretty often. So open this next little thing with a great quote. Scientists had to make thousands of calculations to create the atomic bomb and determine its effects. Computers and atomic bombs, both products of World War II, grew up together. Fun news on weird P5 stuff. Someone found 2 small unused cutscenes from P5, one of which was fully voiced.
2 years ago.
Ooh, I'll have to check
course.
check that out.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of...
Yeah, that's really neat. I'll have to look into that. So, here's where the game went totally south for a lot of people.
The texture isn't...
But, yeah. first things first. He mentioned having IR goggles. We don't got any IR goggles, so that means we just check out this water. We got the thermal goggles now. I don't remember if I used them in 1. Raiden is a good looking guy. But in this one it's been changed to this kind of thermal vision rather than not that. A couple cool things about this area. This is like one of two to three areas in the game where there are sea lice. And you know, you got some food here. Rations are just, you know, meals ready to eat. So if you're crawling around the sea lice. Oh, you got some sea lice on your food. You open up the inventory, it's gonna eat the ration. No, we've just gotta. Or knock it off of there. So, one thing about the tanker section that we just played. There was originally going to be a section where Snake actually had to escape from the tanker on his own. There's that guy. Where he had to escape from the tanker on his own. And you had to control him, like run through the hallways and try to get out of the ship. But they decided this is not fun, so they scrapped that. Another thing was, in this section there was supposed to be a door where as you walked up to it, you heard this really intense violin music, and you're like, oh, what's in here? And you go up and open the door, and there would be a soldier playing violin. But that got scrapped for some reason too. So we came in here and the two guards were already knocked out. That call would have been about ID tagged weapons, where like guns will only fire for people who are registered on that gun. So there's a neat little hit. You're supposed to put your name and birthday and nationality, but type in the man himself. And that stuff pops up automatically. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to do this legitimate. Lots of countries to choose from. But that's me. So yeah.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be...
So our girlfriend is our data analyst. We gotta call her if we want to save. These guys are about to wake up, so we gotta hide.
Raiden, The enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Nice little overlay. It's cool that like it's cool that like this is the one section of the game. Like in the next cutscene, Raiden takes his little diving helmet off. But just like for this one section, they give you a different overlay for the first person view. So now these guys are walking around. I gotta figure out a way past them. That guy goes over here, so I can run this way.
Colonel.
The big shell is comprised of
This
shells
is
1 and 2.
where we're going to be
Each
spending
unit
most of the
consists
rest of the
a
game. The
central core
big
and
shell. It's a big old cleanup facility. I think it would be cool if that existed. I want to go to a place like this real bad. But I don't know if anything exists actually like it. Okay, a couple things. There's all this bird poop here, and it's fresh. So watch out for bird poop. It's a gun. Raiden comes in here without a gun. I think it's way more clear in this version of the game, but in the PS2 version of the game, you can barely see that you can crawl through this fence.
Raiden.
So, there was a, the president was hanging out at this facility. Terrorists took it over. He got kidnapped. They're demanding $30 billion. We gotta go save the guy.
Colonel, I've...
Separately from us, a group of Navy SEALs are having a mission. So, they don't know about us. We know about them. Total Doof says, "Hey yo, how's it going? We're here playing Metal Gear Solid 1, or 2, rather. It's a lot of fun." Where does this guy go? That way. AB. It said the president is in Strut B, so we're going to Strut B. Two guards, we don't really have any way to fight them yet. So, funny thing about this area is it cuts to that side shot. In the original version of this game, it cuts to the regular gameplay of that scene, which is this, which spoils the... like this angle, which spoils this cutscene reveal of all the blood there. Now, there are two versions of this cutscene. One where if you go straight to the to Strut B like we did, Raiden doesn't have a weapon and he's just kind of cautiously looking around. But if you take a detour to Strut F, you can pick up the M9 there, and he'll he'll have a weapon, so he'll be still cautiously, but he'll have his gun out, like, pointed at it. Oh man, I wish this was an episode of RJ Coffee and I'd be all caffeinated up. So this guy's crazy. Just cutting straight to arteries and throat slit. Now I didn't see any of that, but he heard most of it, I think. Walks in to see that pink mist. Now I understand as a video game why they have it as weapons and equipment procure on site. But that's so scary. Like, imagine just like, okay, like you have to go in here with no guns, and then now here's this guy who just slaughtered an entire like squad of Marines, and is now sucking one of their blood.
What are you?
Today, or rather 6.
Phil Lamar, legendary voice actor. Like he's known for a whole bunch of roles. Samurai Jack. It's one of my other favorites by him. I might actually just switch this up. I'm gonna just not skip any cutscenes from now on, actually, because now that I think about it, like all the cutscenes in this game are cool, and I want to watch them all.
Strange smell. You smell like... Are you?
It has to be. Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
Vam,
Yeah, Queen?
are you all done cleaning up?
Yes, but wait till I tell you what I found.
Something interesting?
I'll tell you in person. Where are you?
In the central unit with the president.
Be right there.
So you have to fight this like ghost vampire guy at some point.
hold on. I'm not an enemy. Calm down. My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin. Lieutenant Junior Grade.
Are you a Navy SEAL? How did you get in?
Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper.
Oh.
Have I seen you before?
That suit. Are you Foxhound?
That's right.
Foxhound was disbanded. Huh? Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force?
I was part of the Army's Force 21 trials.
Force 21? That's about tactical IT deployment, right? Any field experience?
No, not really.
So this is your first.
I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing.
Like what?
Sneaking mission 60, weapons 80, advanced...
VR, huh?
But realistic in every way.
A virtual grunt of the digital age, that's just great.
That's far more effective than live exercises.
You don't get injured in VR, do you? Every year, a few soldiers die in field exercises.
There's pain sensation in VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations. War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
So you're saying that VR training is some kind of mind control?
That's not really what he was saying, Raiden.
The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead. No, a single survivor.
The kid's wired with nanomachines.
What about the president?
Looks like they took him somewhere else.
I see. You said there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10.
Yeah, Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin.
Has he seen your face?
What?
This is a top secret mission. No one can know that we're involved.
It's a little too late for that.
Messed up real bad.
What's up?
Take a look.
What the hell?
A Navy captain.
You all right?
Give me a few minutes. Must have lost a few more pints than I thought.
What was that man just now?
That blood-sucking freak? That was Vamp. He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't seem human.
You won't see that in VR, I guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
Dead Cell? Him?
A special forces unit created by ex-President George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme, began to go after US allies, even civilians. We estimate that no fewer than 100 people died as a result of accidents the Dead Cell arranged on their own. They were out of control, and it all came to a head 6 months ago.
What happened?
The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you just saw one of them.
Why would they go after the big shell?
How should I know? I told you they were on the lunatic fringe.
What about their leader? He says he's Solid
Iroquois
Snake.
Pliskin.
Snake
Lieutenant
died
Junior
2 years
Grade.
ago.
You mean the incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one that sank that tanker.
But he's a legend.
Legends are usually bad news. There's not a lot of difference between heroes and madmen.
You're saying Snake is still alive and pulled another one?
So I mentioned
he's
there
not
being a
involved in this
scene where
one. His
you
body was
had to run out of
positively
the
ID'd 2
tanker.
years ago.
That's it. There's a little bit of
Buried.
footage of that right there.
What about the other soldiers?
But that
I
got
saw
cut out.
Russian
They said.
equipment too.
Former Soviet military. They're probably mercenaries. The big shell is too much ground for just dead cell members to hold down. You weren't briefed on any of this? And you came in alone to boot? Why? What are you really doing here? Can't tell me, huh? Fine with me.
I don't smoke.
Keep it anyway. May come in handy. Take this too.
Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Bravo Zero, currently at the bridge between struts B and C. The president is... Damn, I can't hit this thing. It's like some bad dream. Alpha, anyone, come in, all Alpha. This is Bravo Zero.
Aren't you going to answer him?
The BC connecting bridge.
We need to get there. Can you handle it?
I need a few more minutes. Remember my frequency. It's 141.80.
141.80. Got it.
I've been briefed on this plant's layout. If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell, contact me. You're using nano communication, right?
Yeah, but I can patch into your frequency.
Hey, what's your name?
Raiden.
Raiden? Strange code name.
Makes up for the boring one my parents gave me.
Maybe I'll find out someday.
So, a lot of cool stuff happening in that cutscene. You get briefed on. If you call Plist on the codec, you can hear him. I was about to get into that. Don't spoil everything, total doof. So, here's Pliskin. He's asleep. Let's, like he said, let's give him a call. Oh, we have to manually type in his frequency. Don't want to talk to you.
You've acquired
141.80.
He's asleep?
Sleep.
How much longer is this guy gonna sleep?
You can just keep calling him and
Wish I were that relaxed.
making fun of him for falling asleep on the job. Eventually,
He's still sleeping.
Liquid.
Huh?
man, that Shadow Moses incident. So we all know who this guy is. It's fine. So yeah, total carnage left by Vamp. We got a new friend in Iroquois Pliskin. This is one of my favorite things to do at the start of this game. Oh! Let's not worry about that for now. What a guy. Oh! There's like way more stuff to do with him,
Jack,
actually.
it's me.
Everything okay, Rose?
Don't you need to save the mission data?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I do
Thanks
have
for
to
the
say.
reminder.
Jack, do you remember what day tomorrow is?
That again. I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay, I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere too. You should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.
Gotta get Snake's social security number. We're gonna open up a credit card in Snake's name. So there's still other ways to mess with this guy. That was just calling him on the phone. He may be asleep, but he's got lightning reflexes.
Think you can shoot that thing?
Now that's cool because that mirrors a nice little line that Meryl gave us. Still wary. Right back to sleep.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Anyway, that's some fun. You can't get the drop on him. Let's see. Is there anything? Let's get soak on. Hey, Yummy Bakura's back, and she's the second 3-month subscriber. Thanks, Yummy. I really can't believe it's been that long. Make RGC rich. I don't have to be rich. Here's oh, Shockwave's back too. Here's the introduction of one of my favorite make RJC quit job. There's a goal. One of my favorite characters never gets mentioned again. Fortune.
What the hell is that?
Come, put me out of my misery.
This is impossible. Nothing will hit her. Is she the one they call Fortune?
Queen.
Don't let them take the president! Ready grenades!
Yeah. I did. I don't know how that'll show up in the actual live broadcast, but "You're a Dud" came up at the exact same time as in the game for me, and when I said that, so that's great.
Day. Is there anyone here that can give me happiness?
Just murdered everyone on that bridge, except for Wright, because he wasn't on the bridge. Oscar level performance, he was paid in awards. Came out the same for us too. Perfect. So the delay must not be too bad then right now. That's cool. Wonderful. Ah, I love that, just like the cold look she gives that guy as she's just like watching him struggle to not fall off the thing.
I'm so sorry, my beauties. I'll see you again someday.
I love this jazz. Yeah, her theme is so great.
Colonel, SEAL Team 10's Bravo team was wiped out.
I see.
What happened to the cargo choppers?
Both of them are at the bottom of the harbor. Looks like your new hosts have a Harrier too.
A Harrier? What is this?
Calm down. It just means they anticipated the attack.
What?
Besides, since the SEALs drew their fire, your infiltration went off without a hitch. On top of that, we know their defensive capabilities.
Are you saying this was all a feint?
Raiden, get a hold of yourself. The entire mission is in your hands now. Do you understand?
But...
There's no time for questions. They could decide to retaliate for that failed assault.
You mean the hostages?
They could be in danger, yes. But we need to consider the possibility that they'll blow the whole shell. If that toxic spell does take place, it'll devastate not only the harbor, but poison the coastline for generations. Raiden, we've had to adjust the mission objectives. The priority is now on removing those C4s that the terrorists wired over the big shell. The President can wait, but this can't.
Colonel, you know I'm no bomb disposal expert.
That's not a problem. The Bravo team brought an explosives pro in with them. He was supposed to stand by on Strut C according to their mission plan. You should find him there.
Is this according to simulation too?
What are you talking about? Get to Strut C and find him.
Understood. But I need to ask you something before I go.
Make it quick.
Who are they? Dead Cell, I mean. They couldn't hit her no matter how hard they tried. And that vampire too, it's like being in a nightmare you can't wake up from.
Jack, snap out of it.
And you, Rose, I can't believe you're on this mission. I keep thinking I'll wake up.
Raiden, this is real. And that's why you won't wake up.
But nothing seems real.
I've made up my mind to stay with you. Whether this is real or a bad dream, I'll keep watching you till it's over.
Thank you, Rose. And I won't let you be just a dream.
Are you two done? Raiden, you're needed on Strut C.
So yeah, the circumstances of this mission is starting to freak Raiden out a whole lot. Which is understandable. I'd probably freak out a whole lot too. This is such a good combo. Wow. Yeah, exactly. These games are too good. I decided that because the first one it was voted just play the whole thing real quick. But this second one, like, I think is honestly so good that I can't stand to continue skipping the cutscenes. Even if they are long. And they are long. But
freeze!
Don't shoot.
You a cop?
I'm not NYPD. I came in with the Bravo team. Who are you with? And what happened to SEAL Team 10?
They're all dead.
All of them? That's bad.
Did I tell you you could move?
It's all right. He's not one of the bad guys. Don't go pointing that thing everywhere, kid. What's your name?
My name is Peter. Peter Stillman.
Lecturer at Nav Scolio at Indian Head. Also a consultant for the NYPD bomb squad.
A poor old man who got dragged along for this picnic.
I thought you'd retired.
I did. Can't keep up with everybody, as you can see. A famous church got wiped off the map thanks to me, with too many lives inside. All I lost was this leg.
So you're the bomb disposal guy.
Kid, this is the bomb disposal guy. Open any explosives disposal textbook and you'll see his name.
Just ancient history now.
Why did they bring you out of retirement then?
Because the terrorist group here includes one of my students, the Emperor of Explosives, Fat Man. He built an atomic bomb when he was only 10. I created him in a sense.
And that's why you're here.
I'm pretty rusty. I was supposed to supervise the bomb disposal. Looks like it was taken care of before I had my turn.
I wouldn't say that.
So the thing about Fat Man building an atomic bomb when he was only 10?
2 people here who can claim to be experts at bomb disposal.
Are you two?
So he's not called Fat Man because he's a fat man. He is, for sure, but
with another squad. My name is
he's called Fat Man because he built an atomic bomb, and the 2 bombs dropped in Japan were Little Boy and Fat Man. So he's named after the Fat Man bomb.
But we need more manpower.
What's your name?
I don't know if he became a Fat Man in response to the nickname, or if he got the nickname because that one was fit
There was
him.
also an engineer with me.
An engineer?
A skinny guy. He went in with us.
Where is he?
I haven't seen him since that skirmish.
Was he killed?
I don't think so. I didn't find his
That's
body.
super cool. Yeah.
They told me he was a security systems architect for the big shell.
It's a nice
Why would they take
thing.
a civilian along?
Everything in this structure is computer controlled. He was supposed to get us past all the security measures.
I never heard anything about that.
He had official orders with him.
We'll leave that for later. Right now, we need to figure out how to deal with all the bombs.
But there's no one left from the SEAL's EOD squad.
Yup, so we have to do it ourselves.
But I've never defused a bomb before. Hold on a sec.
Off to confer with the CO again?
Ooh. Pliskin's making fun of you for having a chain of command.
Assist him in any way possible to clear the C4 from the structure.
Colonel, you know I've never been trained in bomb disposal.
It's all right. The man you're working with is the best in the field. All you have to do is follow his directions. You will, of course, keep your identity and mission objectives to yourself.
Is it true that an engineer came in with Stillman?
I wasn't informed of that. It's probably something the SEALs decided on their own. There are more important issues at hand, Raiden. The enemy may retaliate for the failed assault.
Hey, Lucky Gumi, how's it going?
Get those C4s neutralized now.
Colonel, I'm not qualified for bomb disposal.
Jack, it's me.
Rose?
You can do this. Trust me.
You haven't had bomb disposal training per se in VR, but you're more than capable of handling C4.
This is a little different from using C4.
You're up for this. You know that.
How about it, kid? Are the results in yet?
See, he's still making fun of you for having a chain of command.
There's no need to think about this so much. You won't actually be dismantling the bomb. That's not for amateurs. What we'll try here instead is a temporary freezing measure. Here, look at this. This is a C4 bomb. It's live. You can see it pulsing.
You spray this on the sucker.
And there we go. Simple, huh? The spray freezes the detonator instantly.
How long does the effect last?
There's no way the thing can detonate in this condition. Even if you leave it alone, it'll stay out of commission for at least 24 hours.
That's enough time.
If we had the manpower, I'd recommend complete disposal. But this will have to do. The spray can be used from several yards away. Now check the floor, ceiling, walls, under a table, everywhere. Try to imagine the locations the bomber would choose.
That won't be easy. We don't know a thing about Fat Man.
Is there anything that'll help us locate the bombs?
Here, take this with you. It's what they call an ion mobility spectrometer. It can recognize ionized gas emitted by C4s.
The what?
In other words, that little gadget sniffs out C4's scent.
That's right. I have established a link up with your radar network, so any scent detected will be represented visually. Have the sensor activated and keep your eye on the radar.
What if he's using some other odorless substance?
You have to leave again for 30 minutes, though.
I know.
I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be streaming.
I know how into his
for
own
today.
mistakes he is.
We're about to hit 2 hours.
Yes. On every bomb he builds, he always leaves a trace of the cologne he uses. The sensor also picks up that particular scent spectrum.
Is that something he learned from you?
No, it was his own quirk. He wouldn't work by any rules except his own, and he followed them like a religion. And common sense wasn't one of his strong points. I thought I taught him everything I knew. I have no children of my own, and I thought I found a son in him. He had the right stuff, you know. There's something very unusual about an ability like that. Even at Indian Head, he got special treatment. I remember some people called him one of the fat cats. Maybe that's what started all this. I didn't teach him the most important thing I had to tell him. There are some things you have to pass on. The trick is to know which one. Right. All I taught him was skills. And now I have to stop him from using it to destroy us all.
It's a pretty heavy
Let's see how well that sensor works.
thing.
All right. I'm activating them. Watch. You see the green stuff on the radar? That's a visual representation of the C4 scent detected by the sensor.
It's a pretty big area, isn't it?
It's a pretty big
Don't
area.
complain. It's better than nothing.
Just
I love
activate the sensors and search the area.
so the size of that area
Don't forget
is
that you
based on the
need the
difficulty
radar
you're
to
playing
use
on.
the system.
So on
Log into
higher
the node at
difficulties
every
it's way
strut
bigger,
and turn
and on
the
lower
radar on.
difficulties it's even
We have to
smaller.
keep out of the enemy's sight, too.
But
Because the radar gets knocked offline when we're spotted.
it's hilarious that he'll complain about it no matter how big or
Some
small it is.
C4s here in Strut C as well.
Here?
So that's one of the things people didn't like about Raiden, is that he was complaining all the time. It's like half of his dialogue. It's like, what do I have to
And if
do
he
that?
wants to take out the
But
plant, where he would target.
I don't know.
You know
I think
this
it
for
makes
sure? Of
some
course.
sense.
I taught him the techniques he uses. His ideas are based on my theories. Demolition is a kind of ideology. It makes no exceptions for time or place. Big Shell consists of 2 hexagons joined end on end, north to south. There should be packets of C4s on each of the vertices, or the struts in this case. You need at least that to take a building of this integrity out.
6 on shell 1, another 6 on shell
How would you
2,
even build
a total of
something like
12
this?
bombs
This is
at least.
kind of a crazy thing.
Considering the shell's architecture and composition,
I feel like a
from an
lot of
engineering
people would be like
standpoint,
that,
that's
though.
my
Yeah,
conclusion,
I mean,
and
I
it's
would be
exactly
like,
what he would have decided as well.
you're having me defuse bombs? Like, are you crazy? Me, of all people?
Kid, this place is all yours. I'll take care of shell 2.
Take this.
What's this?
Security card issued to Shell personnel. The Big Shell security layout includes varying levels of clearance. The clearance level is identified by the number printed on these doors. Raiden, your card key can open doors with security clearance level 1. Pliskin, your card can get you into level 3 areas. You'll need it to get next door to Shell 2.
How did you get this?
That engineer I told you about gave it to me. He was supposed to program a set of all access cards once we were on site. Unfortunately, this card won't get you into every area of this structure.
We'll have to deal with the remaining security lockouts as they come up. Let's get going. You stay here.
No, I'm going.
The 2 of us can handle it, don't worry.
But...
You'll just slow us down with that leg of yours. There's a war going on here. I don't have time to babysit anymore.
Why don't you just let us handle the grunt work? You can tell us what to do over the radio, like in the original mission plan.
All right. I'll give you instructions from
I think that's a nice
I may
little
also
touch,
need to
is
prepare a backup plan just in
Pliskin gets
In case of what?
Good luck to both of you.
like kind of annoyed whenever Raiden brings up the original mission plan, like,
If anything comes up, let me know. My frequency is 140.25.
Good luck, kid. I'll see you later. Semper Fi.
That man's no SEAL. I don't even think he's a Navy man.
What?
Semper Fi. Marine Corps talk. Normally, team leaders stay in the CP and give orders with those headphones. And as far as I know, SEALs keep their officers away from the field. And Who Dares Wins is a model of the British Special Air Service.
Is he one of the terrorists then?
No, somehow I don't think so. If there's someone to suspect, I'd put my money on you. Just take care of those bombs for now.
What about you? They could be back in this area soon.
I'll hide out in this pantry for a while. If I lock the door, it should be all right. Plenty of food in here too, so you don't need to worry about me. I'll give you instructions by Kodak from here. Good luck, kid. Bomb disposal is a face-off with your own mortality. Don't let the fear get to you. When you give in to the fear, the darkness comes.
So, he's in here. We can mess with him a little bit.
If you need to talk to me, use the Kodak. No need to worry. I'm all right.
I remember him getting madder. Alright, so it's another little cool thing. We're gonna ignore the bomb and strut C for now. We're gonna run out to the CD connecting bridge. That's the direction of Shell 2. If you remember, that's where Pliskin was heading off to. And we got this knocked out guard and that guy in the box. You can run up to the box and he'll take off like a madman. So this is a tough area to infiltrate. There are 3 guards, one constantly radios in.
Nothing here.
And nice little trick there. We got a bomb right here. Those green gas clouds look so stinky. They do look a little stinky.
In strut D is complete. Explosives were planted on the maintenance hatch.
That's not like him.
Anything wrong?
Maybe. Pliskin's reported other locations too, and none of them are effective demolition points.
What do you mean?
It means that they wouldn't be the best places to choose if you wanted to destroy this place.
Are you saying they don't plan on blowing the shell up?
It certainly seems that way. So far, we haven't seen anything but a waste of good explosives. Unless, of course, we're missing something.
A trap?
He couldn't have overlooked the fact that I would be called into this. There's something going on.
Oh, I messed that up.
It's the enemy. I need help.
Can't access the node in alert or evasion. So, we're gonna hide in this hallway. Because I think at this point, I don't know if anyone even comes through here. What's security like out here? Nothing. So, alert and caution mode existed in Metal Gear Solid 1, and 2, they added evasion mode, which is, they don't know where you are, but they're gonna look for you. Man, I forgot this is a hard spot to infiltrate from. So that means, like, they'll do things like get a squad to look through lockers or into vents or whatever. Just look through all the hiding spots.
Freeze!
Oh man.
It's the enemy. I need help.
What an embarrassing scuffle that was. Okay, we'll stop being bad. We'll be good.
Nothing here.
Who's there? There's somebody there. Who's there?
Once again, I promised you guys I would stop being bad, and immediately I was bad.
There's somebody there.
Carry out an investigation immediately.
So we'll get out of there. Get up to the heliport. Get a little bit of the heat off of us. Nice little cutscene starts right here.
I've taken care of that annoying fly. What's the situation over there?
Puzzling. I saw a man dressed like a ninja just now.
Ninja?
It's the only way to describe it. A kind of cyborg ninja complete with a sword.
What?
Are you hiding something from me?
Olga, are you sure it wasn't an Arsenal Tengu?
Don't be a fool. Think I wouldn't know the difference? I've never seen field gear like that ever.
All right, we'll intensify patrols. Anything else?
Actually, one more thing. You'll find it hard to believe, though. I saw a man hiding under a cardboard box.
Where?
On the connecting bridge to Shell 2. So you believe me this time?
I've seen someone use that box trick before. We'll lay a trap on the Shell 2 connecting bridge.
Over and out, then.
Freeze! You must be one of Dead Cell.
Of course not. What a thing to say.
How have I never seen that scar before? It's so clear.
Not a chance.
That's insane. Okay, whatever, that's fine. We ran into Olga, riding. I was like, who's this? I saw a female soldier, Russian. I'm gonna call Pliskin about this.
I saw a female soldier. Russian. Must be Olga Gerlukovich.
How do you know?
Unlike you, I've been briefed.
She's not a Dead Cell?
No. She commands a Russian private army.
They must be the ones patrolling the big shell.
That's right. She's led the group ever since her old man, Colonel Gerlukovich, died. Watch yourself with her. She's a tough one.
So, something interesting is not only have I discovered that scar for the first time in this playthrough, it's actually like on the tanker, which is 2 years prior to this one. It's a little bit fresher than the scar this time, which is like 2 years later. That's really cool. I truly think this is one of the best game series ever, and you know, all the time there's new reasons to think so. This guy's asleep. So we're going back to the parcel room. I'm not going to mess it up so much this time. Downstairs is a level 5 door, that's cool. Mine detector.
Be careful. There are claymore mines around there.
Who is this?
Stealth-equipped claymore mines, invisible to the naked eye. Use the mine detector.
Identify yourself.
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? You mean from Shadow Moses?
Mr. X, then.
Mr. X now, is it? Why would it matter if I called you Deep Throat?
Never mind about that.
Why did you contact me?
Let's just say I'm one of your fans.
Hold on. I gotta call this CO about
someone
this.
calling himself Mr. X just contacted me. Do you know anything about it?
No. And whoever it wasn't a burst transmission. The transmission was sent from within the big shell.
He called himself Deep Throat at first. Do you think...
I caught that part too. But the possibility of it being true is none. Gray Fox was the one who used that alias in Shadow Moses, and he's dead.
Is it an enemy trap?
Could be. Exercise extreme caution.
So, told us to use the mine detector. Let's use the mine detector. They're in fact mines. But before we deal with that, there's this guy who looks over. You can see this big sweeping vision cone. I think it goes away right away. No, I guess he just hangs out there. Oh, okay, there he goes. So, just as Deep Throat Mr. X said, claymore mines, you just gotta crawl across them and they go away. They don't even go away, you have them now. Strut F warehouse, where the game really is going to open up. Let's put on the AV sensor for There's another box. Whoa, that was really stupid. What's wrong with me? I'm getting tired. We'll finish up strut F. Finish up strut F, and then I think I'll take a break for now. Because we've been going for a solid 2 hours now. I feel like that's good. We made a lot of progress too. We're already in the bomb disposal part. I think this is, at least for Gecko, where kind of new stuff starts to happen, right? I don't know if you're even here right now, Gecko, but this is kind of where you dropped off, right? He doesn't turn immediately, so I bet we can jump him. Or just do that.
Who's there? Who's there?
Communications with Strut F have ceased. Carry out an investigation immediately.
Okay, so we got the M9. We're in a rough spot right now.
It's him. Everyone stay
But
on guard.
here's the bomb. Let's talk to Pliskin about this. Not Pliskin,
This is
Stillman.
right. I just finished disposing of the C4 in strut F. Found explosives on B1.
This is all wrong. This is something only an amateur would do.
What do you mean?
All the bombs that have been found so far don't appear to be in the right kind of locations. And the quantity of explosives isn't sufficient either.
Even Fat Man can make mistakes, right?
No, there's something else going on here. Get a move on with the disposal, Raiden. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Do you think it's a trap?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell Pliskin to watch his back too. Just hurry.
I don't think they can see you from up here. See if he continues or turns around. Turns around.
Nothing here.
So I think it faces east. So let's go.
Attack team, come back at once. Guard team, stay alert.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. So now they're gonna start throwing ciphers at you. Ciphers, little robots that call on an alert immediately. Now we're back to strut A. We've come full circle. Now is an appropriate time, I think. We're gonna wrap this up. Let's call Rose, see what she has to say. We're gonna save and see what she has to
What's
say.
up, Jack? Jack, it must be so nerve-wracking to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, that was a stupid thing to say. Sorry.
That's all right. It's just that I've never been trained in this stuff.
You okay? Are you feeling well?
I almost threw up a few times.
Oh, Jack.
But I'm okay. It's not like I'm in this alone.
Oh, yeah, that's true. What do you think about when you're defusing those things?
I don't think so much as remember. And I know that I need to resist that and keep my mind blank. I can't let myself be overwhelmed by the fear.
So, am I a part of what you try not to remember? I was just kidding. But I guess this isn't a good time for that.
No, it is. And I do think about you. I'm trying to remember what's so special about April 30th.
Any success?
No, not yet.
You need to stay alive so you can.
Okay, that's a deal.
Neat. Alright, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'll definitely be continuing with Metal Gear Solid 2 in the future. It's one of my favorite games ever. I'm glad to be experiencing it again with you guys. Thank you for everyone who resubbed today. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again next time. I'll probably stream tomorrow as well, and then there's also going to be a stream Hompendium. You can look forward to Yami Bakura's stream tonight. But yeah, in the way of announcements, I think that's about it. I did reorganize my room a little bit. I'll show you that. Do Snake Eater 2, of course. At some point, I'm gonna be playing through the entire series. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing them like 100% in order, or if I'm gonna be doing other games in between. Like there are a lot of games on the menu. We can do whatever we want here. It's really fun. But rearranged my room, moved my records behind me here, so that I think it looks a little cooler. That became like just kind of a general ready area. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to say for today. Everybody, have a great day. Thank you for joining us on the Stay at Home Hompendium.